Hi everyone, welcome to design artifact number 3, GIS Cloud. For this artifact, you're going to be using the website GIS Cloud, and to get there, you can go to giscloud.com and create a free account. And once you sign in, you'll want to choose this option over here to create spatial data and start. And it takes you to a map editor. You'll want to create a new map from scratch. Once you do so, you'll basically want to share the spatial data that you have on the topic that's related to your self-quantification data. So, for example, the idea behind the spatial structure is that it's based on geographic location. So we're just pinpointing different geographic locations. Now that can be worldwide, or it can simply be inside Coastal's campus. It can be as big or as small as you'd like geographically. But you just need to be able to pinpoint a minimum of 5 different locations related to your data. So for example, if you were tracking let's say phone usage, then you would want to pinpoint at a minimum of 5 geographic spots on a map where you're accessing your phone. So that could be at your home, in class, at the restaurant, at a friend's house, wherever it might be. So you'll have to represent that data spatially. So far we've talked about data and representing it in terms of relational structures. That's just showing the relationships between ideas and concepts. We looked at a temporal structure that was time-based, so that was a timeline of data. Now we're looking at data in terms of spatial structures, and that's pinpointing it on a map spatially or geographically in physical spaces. So for my example that I'm giving you, I am just pinpointing my favorite surf spots in the world. And so, you know, if I were tracking, let's say, I don't know, the number of times or hours I had been surfing recently in the locations. Obviously, I wouldn't have traveled in all of these locations recently, but over time, these are the different locations that I've enjoyed to surf. So that's what I'm doing for my example. So specifically right now, I'm just looking down here. We're in Costa Rica. I'm going to zoom in. To zoom in and out, you can use these plus or minus icons up here. That's what we'll do. So what you'll need to do first is create a layer, and you see a layer list right here. To create a new layer, you can click the plus sign here to add layer, and then you'll want to choose database. We get to create our own layer and name it whatever you'd like. So let's go down here to new table. Let's call it surf spots, although I already have one that's named that. And for this GIS Cloud, you're only going to use a point because we're simply pinpointing single locations. For the next design artifact, we're still using GIS Cloud, but you're also going to be showing paths between the locations. So in that case, you're going to want to use this line or multi-line type to show a path between locations. But for now, we're just pinpointing. So everything else looks fine. Create. It's not going to let me do it because I already have one. I already have one listed. So let me try this. So let's imagine that you just created a table called surf spots. If you double click on that table, you can see a bunch of different options. So let me see here. A bunch of different options that show up. This little icon that's right next to it right now is a red dot. That's the icon. But as you can see on my map, I have like blue checkered flags. You can choose an appropriate icon to represent your data. They don't have a whole lot, but they have some that you can sort of use to represent whatever it is that you're trying to show. So, you know, choose something that's appropriate, but try to customize the icon so that you can make it a little more appealing. You can also change the different font settings, text settings, and things like that. Attributes. I'm looking at the attributes tab, and right now you can change the way that these different tables appear on your map by giving it an alias, and the alias just means this is the name that shows up on your map. You'll want to show two things on your map. You'll want to show the nickname, so that's just the name of the spot, and then a description. And this gives you a little bit of a text box to describe what it is. So let's just save it. What we can do is for each spot that we've pinpointed on our map, we can give it a nickname, which is what shows up on the map itself, and then the description might be something that describes that location in more detail. So what was it that you were doing? So let's say, you know, maybe I wanted to think about this in terms of surf that it was that day that I was surfing. So let's just say 4 feet to 5 feet, clean, swell. So that's it. Now, when I click on that data, you see this drawer that pulls out on the right-hand side. It shows my information. It shows the name of the spot, and it shows my description. So you'll want to do that for each of the 5 locations that you pinpoint. When you're all finished with the map and it's ready to turn this in, you can export it. You can get the image and share it that way, or you can just share with a simple link. And this is the link that I want you to share in Canvas for me to look at and grade in Canvas. But when it comes time at the end of the semester to actually embed these maps into your online site or portfolio, you'll want to grab this embed code right here. And the embed code is just, it's already there for you. You just copy it and you'll just paste it directly into your website, which I'll show you towards the end of the semester. And that's how you get it to show up on your website. But again, just to turn this map in on Canvas, just grab this link and paste that in Canvas, and that will be good enough. Also, make sure it's publicly available. Otherwise, I won't be able to see it. So that has to be checked, yes. But that's essentially the spatial structure. So just as a reminder, you'll need to have at least 5 different spatial locations. They can be as big or as small as you'd like. They have to have both the name and the description. So like I just showed you, both of those things. And then you want to try and use some customization. So don't always just go with the default stuff like icons and text and things like that, but try and spice it up a little bit with your own icons, text, things like that. And so if you have any questions, you can feel free to take a look at the map that's interactive. There's a link to that map that I just showed you somewhere. It's in here somewhere. Yeah, okay, if you click on the image, it'll take you to that link that I was just showing you. Or you can email me, and this is one of those artifacts, this one and the next one. These are the artifacts. This is the reason why I reserved time in the Digital Commons lab on Mondays from 2 to 3 so that if you need help, you can show up to the lab and I can help you on your individual maps. Or if that time doesn't work for you, you can come to my other office hours on Mondays, Wednesdays, or Fridays. But that's it for this one. Let me know if you have any questions, and I look forward to taking a look at your work. Thank you.